What is good? Welcome back to another episode of the Mind of a Renegade podcast, where I, your host, Renegade X, will talk about things pertaining to do my best to break down the topic or conversation. Then I give my opinion about said topic or conversation or whatever it may be. But this podcast episode will be about the McDonald's new rule. Anyone under the age of 21 is not allowed inside the store. And right now, as far as I know, this is only one McDonald's that is doing that. As far as I know, it's in Virginia. I'm going to play the video clip of this, then I will give my opinion and etc. about it.
A Fairfax County McDonald's is restricting the age of customers who can dine inside. Good evening, I'm Scott Thuman. We first showed you this sign last night at 11 o'clock. It states, if you're over 21, you must ring a doorbell to be let in. This is at the McDonald's in Franconia near Thomas Edison High School. And new at 6 o'clock tonight, we spotted a team being denied entry. 7 News' Jay Korf is live there now. And Jay, the change comes after recent fights involving teenagers.
Yeah, you know, management here is just sick and tired of Thomas Edison High School students coming over here, really taking over the inside of the dining room, getting into fights, trashing the bathroom, throwing their garbage all over the place. You know, so now the doors are locked, but the restaurant is still open.
And it only happens with the kids. The normal community comes here, everybody interacts, they're great.
The McDonald's on Franconia Road in Fairfax County kicked off new safety measures, angering teenagers and thrilling adults.
I think it's a great thing. This is the first time in probably 5 years I sat down for 15 minutes in this McDonald's and enjoyed a hamburger.
To get into this McDonald's, customers are greeted at all entrances, which are locked, with a sign saying they have to be over 21 to dine inside. A doorbell alerts a staff member who lets you in. As you can see, they're happy to greet some customers, while others get denied. According to a spokesperson for this franchise, student violence and disrespectful behavior erupts here at least once a week, and staff and customers are sick of it. Thomas Edison High School is just across the street.
And I come here every morning, you know, I get my sausage biscuit and my hash brown.
Robert Hankaski says for nearly 50 years, he's been frequenting this McDonald's.
This has been slowly manifesting probably over 10 years.
He says high school students routinely trash the bathrooms, start fights in the dining area, and generally provide an unpleasant experience for everyone.
The fighting is the problem, you know what I'm saying? You'll get one, it'll call, and they're pretty brazen, you know what I mean? And the management try to step in, and you know, these kids are pretty violent. You know? They're not really kids, let's be honest. They're young adults.
In a prepared statement, this McDonald's local owner said in part, "We've enhanced our Franconia Road McDonald's security measures to promote a safe environment for our staff and customers. This policy was developed in partnership with local school officials and oversight from local law enforcement."
They're just trying to stop the violence, you know what I mean? It's just stop the, you know, because it's not fair to, you know, any other customer comes in here just for a sandwich or a hard-working person, and they got to put up a bunch of idiots.
And now we should note that parents with children, of course, are welcome into the dining room. And if you're under 21, you can certainly go through the drive-thru. You can do the mobile app and get your food curbside. So that's a situation there. Now, we should note, I reached out personally to both the police department to find out about the number of calls here. We know it's been a lot. They never got back in touch with us. The school system did get back in touch with us because we wanted to know what was going on. And they said that they alerted the entire student body to this situation and they expect these students to act accordingly. Reporting live, I'm Jay Korf for 7 News.
So yeah, apparently that's what it's come to. Now my thing about that when it comes to McDonald's in this day and age is it's not only teenagers fighting, it is also the adults fighting too. Because let's be real, you have adults out here that are not mature. They're not mature mentally. Just causing all sorts of dysfunction and etc. Trying to ruin people's day. And for this McDonald's to do this rule, I honestly don't blame them because knowing teenagers and stuff, not all of them, but when a human gets around that age, you got the hormones and everything like that, and then you are not mature yet. But here's a question right here. For those teenagers to act that way, who's raising them? They definitely gotta look at the parents on that one right there. Because if the teenager is raised properly, they won't have that issue. Plus, society has essentially gone backwards, pretty much. Where negativity and dysfunction is thriving when stuff like that used to be shamed. But it seems like it's glorified. I remember back in the 90s when McDonald's was a cool place to eat at. But over the years, that slowly went away. The food tastes different, bad, by the way, more processed. The place became more, it welcomed more dysfunction and fights, unfortunately. So it slowly started getting associated with fights and dysfunction. And considering this podcast topic of how this McDonald's is allowing that rule, is saying a lot of things. Because folks out here really do be crashing out at restaurants and causing fights and stuff. It can be the employees as well that causes these fights and stuff. So you have folks out here throwing the food, throwing the fries, slapping folks with the beef patties, with the hamburger bun, with the sesame seeds, taking the ketchup and mustard and spraying it everywhere, throwing chairs, throwing tables. And meanwhile, when all of this is happening, you got a person in the background with their phone out recording everything, talking about some world star, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it is true. Stuff like that happens. You can see it on the internet. There is a video of I think that was a guy that threw a chair at this Waffle House employee. She caught the chair by the legs and threw it down. I'm like, wow, we really out here throwing chairs like that at the employees. Like, this is crazy. And now fighting has to be part of your resume if you get a job at these restaurants now. So you can be in the process of the interview and stuff, and the interview be like,
let me ask you a question. You know how to fight? You throw hands, boxing, Muay Thai, capoeira, karate and kung fu.
Then you be sitting there looking at him like, what? Excuse me.
He said, yeah, you gotta learn how to fight, man, cause we be throwing down like it's WWE, man. Gonna have the ring set up, got the chairs, and we place our bets on who gonna get knocked out first. Yeah, man, last week 2 guys was talking mess to each other. That one dude popped that boy in the face, that boy got knocked out. That joke was laid on the ground, man. He Pacquiao with the legs sticking up in the air, man. The dude that popped that boy in the face, he walked up to him and said, "You just got knocked up. Get out."
Oh, man. Okay, that was funny. I need to joke around like that. I hope y'all enjoyed and got a little giggle out of that or something. But are we going to see more McDonald's or really restaurants in general implement this rule? I honestly won't be surprised considering how folks is today. Really wouldn't be surprised. And for those out there listening to this, be careful when you go to a restaurant. I understand why there's people out here who want their food DoorDashed and stuff like that. Truly understand. That's one of the reasons. But this is all I wanted to talk about for this topic. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day or night, depending on where you're at. And I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to check out my other socials in the description and or comment section.